Hey YouTube, I want to lay another controversial video on you that might make you think, okay? This is a Rockstar times 2 energy. Oh, 2 times, excuse me, extra caffeine. It's delicious. It tastes like margarita mix. I shit you not, it's really good. Now, I'll talk about equal rights as far as sex goes. Male to female. Now, for a long time, men have been treating women like shit. I think that's just wrong, okay? But it seems like in America we have a history of hating. We enslave black people, take them over to America, make them do all the hard work we don't want to do, and we treat women like shit. And then African Americans get their rights, which is good, really good. And then women and gays get treated like shit. And then women have their rights, and gays are treated like shit. I don't think that should matter what color your skin is, what your sexual preference is, or whether you're male or female. I mean, what difference does it make if you have boobs or a penis? Should it defy your rights and pay and work and whatnot? I think it's degrading and not fair. You know, a country that says you have the freedom of speech and the freedom to express yourself and the freedom to this, and that, and then turn around and just discriminate against homosexuality and women, it's extremely hypocritical, you know? Especially when we're getting pissed off at the Mexicans are coming over legally and doing all the shitty jobs we don't want to do. You know, when we came over from Europe 200 plus years ago to get away from a shitty life there, again, America's being hypocritical. Now, if you come over to this country illegally, stealing our jobs, there's a difference. Okay? But where does discrimination and feminism end with decent moral values? Now, for example, let's say you're in high school and you're single. You know, that's typical, right? And you see a very cladly dressed girl your own age, just perfect, just bouncing in all the right places, and you're just like this, you know, you're a guy, you can't help but stare because it's a natural human instinct for males to be attracted to females, right? And she gets pissed off and says, "Don't look at me, you sicko!" Now, if you've been sexually harassing her for X amount of years, you know, that's one thing, you know, she has the right to say that. But all you're doing is looking at her when she shows like a skank to begin with. That's completely unlegit, you know? That's not cool, especially when she chooses to show off her body. She can't choose who can and can't look. She then turns around to the football player who's more popular than you and says, "Oh, good game style," flipping her hand, you know. And wouldn't it be ironic if the quarterback was gay? He had no interest in her whatsoever. Okay, my point being is that I'm all for women having equal rights and all that. I think that's grand. That would show our country is maturing just a little bit, you know. But where does equal rights draw the line between equal rights and sheer bullshit insanity? Another example would be when the newscast lady who just like that, you know, in the football interview where she's dressed in tight jeans and a low-cut shirt, goes into the men's locker room to do an interview. They're all trying to cover up, like, "Hey, well, what the fuck," you know? And the worst they did was give her a couple of catcalls, and she's had the NFL sued for sexual harassment when she, in fact, brought it upon herself. And the worst they did was a catcall. Especially when she's in the men's locker room, where it says men, not women, men. But I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, men would be a pervert. "Oh, he's a pervert," you know. The same can be said when older women are dating younger men, cougars, if you will. Like, you know, like, "Oh, that's so sweet, she's going for a younger guy, oh," you know. And then if men were to turn around and date a younger woman, "Oh, he's a pervert," you know. I think that that's both disgusting. You know, maybe 2-3 years of age would be the limit for me, younger or older. I mean, younger, okay, 18 is as low as I'll go. I'm not dating someone under the age of 18, fuck that shit, alright? But here's the thing. Hugh Hefner, for example, just broke up with divorced his wife. Apparently he's not mature enough to handle marriage, and he's like, what, 80-some thousand years old? Dating someone old enough to be his great-great-granddaughter. How fucking sick is that? I guarantee you, if it was my great-grandfather, you'll all be thinking, "Oh, he's a sick bastard," but because Hugh Hefner has money, it's all good. It's the same thing for that 50-some-year-old who marries a 16-year-old who looks like she's 20 fucking years old. Bullshit. And the mother gave them consent to marry and have sex. I guarantee you, if it was my 50-some-year-old grandfather, she'd be like, "No, fuck you, that's disgusting," you know. But because he has money, it's okay. So again, where does the moral value of sexual, you know, sexism and rights draw the line? I'm all for women having equal rights, but some women they take that too far. They go overboard with it, and they abuse that, you know, and it's horseshit. It really is. You know, and I'm kind of ashamed to say there are men out there who would do that. It makes me disgusted to be a man myself. You know, knowing that there are pigs out there who treat women like shit and treat them like eye candy. But not all men are like that. These extremist right-wing Republican women just go off pissy and hate men, you know. But women, here's the thing. Not all men are like that. Not all men are sexist pigs. Okay, we have desires and sexual needs and all that, but that's perfectly natural. Doesn't mean we're pigs or any of that. Now, women want equal rights in the workforce. I'm all for that. But when when you got a couple of your guy friends around the water cooler at work telling a disgusting, raunchy joke, and women want equal rights as men, so you want to be a part of that joke as well? Like, hearing it when you're trying to work, you know what I'm saying? So, you don't want equal rights, you want equal pay and equal value in the work society. You don't want the same rights as men, technically speaking. So, again, it really comes down to is equal rights. And I don't care what any hater's going to say, and it's just the fucking truth. Americans preach freedom of rights, freedom of this, freedom of that, and then they turn on and discriminate against women and homosexuals. It's extremely hypocritical. And a society that preaches freedom of this, freedom of that, and then they turn around and discriminate against certain individuals who want that freedom. And it kind of saddens me, too. So, and you know what? We're no different than anyone else out there. We have more freedom than most countries, but at the same time, we're just as fucked up as the rest of the world, you know, with war, poverty, hunger, and anger, and anarchy, and hypocrisy, and democracy, is basically what it is. And I have to think, okay, this is kind of horse shit, you know. It really is. It just, yeah. And people say, well, pornography is just degrading, okay? But here's the thing. If you want to be in the porn industry, girls, you're allowed to. You have that right. It's your body, your right, you know? You're not forced to do it. If you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, an empowerment, you know, for the feminist movement, go for it, you know? You go, girl. Girl power, you know what I'm saying? But don't look down upon women who do porn. Now, if they're forced to do it, it's sexist. But if they're not forced to, if they're choosing to do it, that's their choice, you know? They have that right. And people say nudity is not porn. Is porn. It's not. Okay, it's not porn. Now, people define nudity as porn because it invokes sexual thought. In fact, that is the U.S. definition of porn, anything that invokes sexual thought. Well, if a goat invokes sexual thought, let's make it porn, it means the person's a sick individual. And if you're at a funeral and you're staring at the body in the casket and you get a boner, does that mean it's porn? No, it means you're a necrophiliac in the closet. You need to come out of the casket, mister. You need serious help. For one thing, nudity does not depict sex, and in porn, there's sex. Like Playboy, for instance, is not pornographic because it just shows naked girls. That's it. And it's very tasteful, not disrespectful in any way whatsoever, shape, or form. And don't be jealous of Hugh Hefner, okay? He's got it great. He's got a shit ton of cash, girls to fuck left and right, and a huge-ass mansion with a bunch of shit, okay? But some of these girls are just bimbos. I mean, they are not the smartest bunch. You know, I'm not saying all of them are, because I read some of the articles in the Playboy magazine, and they say they want to be a veterinarian or a doctor. I think that's cool if they can post for Playboy, look sexy, and, you know, have a career in mind besides Playboy. That's really cool. But Hugh Hefner, it's basically a sophisticated prostitution. He pays them to pose naked, and then he fucks them, you know. Now, that'd be great to have for, like, about a day, and then you probably get sick of it, like, no, because for a day you'd be like, okay, I want you, and you to fuck me. And they'd be like, okay, and they have no choice. It's kind of sad. I feel bad for them, actually. But they get a shit ton of cash for it. So, like I said, it's sophisticated prostitution. So, equal rights in the workforce. I'm all for it, you know. But you don't want to be the woman that has to hear the raunchy joke when the guys are on the water cooler telling a pig, like, you know, a very sexist pig joke, you know. You just want the equal pay and equal work value, okay? Or like when you're in a basketball game and they slap you on the butt, yeah, good game. You don't want that, do you? You know. So again, it's not really that much. You just want equal pay. I'm all for that, you know. I don't think it's fair that women are still treated like that. It's 2011. I mean, come on. We're still degrading against women and homosexuals. I think it's just asinine. You know? So I'm all for women having equal rights. I think that'd be great. But then again, I think men sometimes get the worst end of that deal too when women take it too far and abuse their power and their equal rights and all that to get what they want. I think that's a bit unfair. And here's the thing. If she goes to the principal saying, so-and-so won't looking at me, and the principal goes, well, have you seen the way you dressed? I mean, come on. He's a guy. He's at a certain age where that's just going to turn him the fuck on, you know? The obvious, of course. And she goes to her mom, so-and-so and so-and-so is sexually harassing me. And then they go to their feminist activist groups and whatnot, and their school gets sued for sexual harassment, loses a buttload of cash and budget cuts and shit. And then the teachers lose salary cuts because the school has to pay for the lawsuit, all because the girl decided to dress like a skank and the wrong guy looked. It's extremely unfair. But at the same time, you gotta, respect your wishes. I know it's gonna say, well, how is that fair? She dressed like a skank. Well, here's the thing. Okay? Just say fuck and ignore it, because that's all you can do. Women are trying to rule the world. It's a good, it's also kind of bad. Not all women do this, but some women take advantage of that, and they make it into a poor me thing. He looked at me even though I'm just like a skank. Come on, that's just horseshit. It really is. Especially when, it's not 76. Women have rights now. They have the right to vote. They have this, and that. So there's a fine line between equal rights and bullshit. And when the girl gets pissed off at you when you're looking and she's just like that, that's bullshit. So think about that for a second. Because quite honestly, it is horseshit. It really is. Women take advantage of that, And you're not supposed to hit women. That's not fair. Okay, but women will hit you and beat you up, and you can't do shit. And then as soon as you defend yourself once, they throw you in jail for domestic abuse when she's had a history of beating you. And you show up to work next day with black eyes and shit, like, what happened? Oh yeah, my woman beat me and shit. Stand up for yourself. I can't hit women. That's bullshit. I hate women who do that. That's horseshit. And then you come on and you shove her off. Just say, fuck off. Okay, I'm sick of this shit. And then, he fucking shoved me. And then you go to jail for beating up a woman. And then, of course, your ass is kicked in jail. Because, what I find ironic about this is that these homicidal maniacs actually have some moral value in society. They're like, you fucked a child or you beat up a woman, I'm going to kick your ass and kill you in jail. It's like, well, you know what, douchebag, you killed somebody. That's no different. Just as bad, if not worse. So, yeah, if you're a child molester, that's not good. Fuck that shit. That's nasty, dude. Fuck those pedophile faggots, man. Seriously. If you ever go to jail for that shit, pedophiles are the least liked people in jail. Oh, if you go to jail for necrophilia, they don't give a shit. They're like, hey, welcome to the club of psychos. But if you go to jail for pedophile molestation and shit, you're getting your teeth knocked, all kinds of horrible shit. So that kind of amuses me that these cannibals and necrophiliacs and serial killers beat pedophiles up for being, sadistic when they're sadistic too. So it's kind of hypocritical. That's beside the point. I'm getting off topic. The point being is that women should have equal rights, but there's a fine line between equal rights and bullshit. Think about that for a second, okay? That comes up a lot on debates and shit, So moral values versus, men deserve rights just as much as women, For example, did you know that auto insurance costs more for men than it does for girls? Because girls are more careful drivers than guys. Bullshit. Case in point, Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan, women, they drive recklessly. I don't think it's really a sex thing, because I know women to drive recklessly just as much as men have. I say we should lower auto insurance for both men and women so it's equal pay. I think that's kind of sexist. Oh, but it's not sexist because it's against guys. What the fuck, seriously. So according to whoever, it's like, it's sexist if it's against girls. What the fuck? It's sexist if it's against guys too, I don't think having a penis or having boobs should define a person's rights, Or if you're a transvestite, you know what I'm saying? That could be, I don't know how the fuck that works out in this fucked up society of ours. Anyway, I play guitar on my channel. I'm running out of time to play it. Here's my guitar. Check out my channel with more guitar playing and see what you think. Until then, this is Gothic King52 and the video on equal rights. And I thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening. Peace.